What is up, guys? North Digital Assets coming at you with another video. North Digital Assets, pause the video and follow me on Twitter. If you're not following, we're up to 1,562 followers, much higher than before, obviously. And let's dive right into the Bitcoin chart here, okay? I do want to start covering more altcoins for you. I want to start putting out more videos. We used to put up to 3 or 4 videos out a day back when, and I'd like to kind of return to putting out some more content for you. Looking at my drawing here, I will say this. We are very much on track for the all-time high in 2023. Most people don't think that is possible. There are many people who have sort of maybe a triple top where they think it's going to top out here, or they believe that it's going to hit 57,000 and then roll. In my opinion, most likely it is that we will see the all-time high in 2023 when most people don't think it can happen. You see the all-time high in Bitcoin. It follows along with this trend. And after Bitcoin tops, we're going to see the X. Bitcoin will roll and dominance will start to roll. And that's when the money will flow into altcoins. And with these altcoins, we will see a 10 to 100x on a variety of different altcoins. Some of the ones that we talk about on this channel: CKB, things like Cadena, Veracity, Engine Coin, Bpro, Litecoin, XRP. We're talking about Casper. All these coins, we're going to see I mean, some of them, the bigger the market cap, yeah, some of them only see like a 5x, maybe a 10x, but up to 100x with some of these coins. So that's kind of what we're waiting on. A couple things that I don't like right now is the stock RSI on the weekly here. If you can see that there, it is overheating. Usually when you get a double tap here on 100, almost always as it's going down. There is a possibility that we start to come down and we come up one more time, but even if that happens, it's almost guaranteed that there is going to be some sort of correction back down while it kind of cools off. Now it can start to head up, but there will at least be some sort of correction looming. So I'm not loving that we hadn't got. Right now we're at 28,000 flat. We've just been sitting here for a while. You know, it looks like a bull flag. We're printing a bull flag, but at the same time, just not much pump or follow through here, which is okay, but don't love to see that. Still on track here. I mean, we could see targets even as high as in this. If we take the swing low here, it's around 15.5, and we take the one up to 69,000. The 1618 is around $170,000 up here. So between 120,000, 170, very realistic. To be honest, guys, this does sound crazy to me. In some way, this does sound crazy, but I'm just giving you the data, and anytime that you try to fade the data that Bitcoin has tells you and you don't follow it because you don't think it's going to happen, it's exactly what plays out and it's exactly what happens. So I'm just showing you the data to the 1618. I'm just showing you the data that I do believe this was a long stretched out for. Capo and these other people, these bears, they believe that it's 4, 5 here. Tiny little 4, tiny little 5. And they're basically saying that this 4 and 5, 2 waves are equal to the distance of 1 wave, which I just don't think that is true. There's no symmetry there. So that is why we've stuck with this thesis, and I believe that this was a corrective phase of a bull market, okay? So it wasn't a bear market, it's a corrective phase of a bull market, and we're still in bull the whole time, and the bear would be over here. Now also, when we get up here, if we do get these all-time highs, okay, on the way up, whatever this last correction is, and then we got to blow off top, we're going to take the fib, and we've talked about this before, but I'm going to take the fib, I'm going to reverse engineer this and drop it in, and then we're going to go to the 1618, and whatever that is going to be, that I believe will be the bottom of the next bear cycle, okay? I expect that to be in the 30-some thousand range. So instead of bottoming out at 15,500 next bear cycle, I would think somewhere in the 30, maybe 40,000 range, but we won't know until we get more data. But later, once we get the X, the Pi cycle top indicator, we get that X, I do believe that we are going to correct back down, and we'll be able to call it within $10,000 or so. I think we're going to be able to call the bottom of the next entry point. We're also going to be following data like Dave the Wave has here. And this is what I said earlier in the video, is when you try to fade the data and you don't follow the data and just take your emotion and what you think is going to happen out of it, you get burned. So at 15.5, when everyone was calling 12K, 10K, we're going to crash, it's not a bottom, we're going to go lower, 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 lower. Well, it was a great opportunity to buy in DCA in there because we were at the bottom of this parabolic curve. We were at the bottom of the wave, and it was most likely that the bottom was in. And then at some point soon, we were going to start to spring up. So it's just the data. So the same way I'm giving you a target of 100,000 up to 170,000, like that is just the data that we are getting. It's not my thought. I mean, I want it to happen, but I'm just giving you the data. And if the data follows through, then that is what is going to happen. So BTC will run towards $100,000, and then it'll top out, and the money will be taken out of that, and it will flow into altcoins, and that's when every coin and its cousin's going to go crazy. When coins start running through the roof, if you're set up on an exchange like KuCoin to leverage, you could almost 5x leverage, 10x, 100x, whatever. It depends on what country you're in, but you could almost leverage on any of those coins that start to run when altcoin season starts and make money even faster, just at an extreme pace, because that's what we saw happen before. If you remember, coins like BitTorrent and all these other coins, I mean, you could turn $500 into $10,000 in 3 days. So keep that in mind. We're going to continue to follow data like this, and that's just the data. By the way, on the weekly, Bitcoin looks great because the 20 EMA, it's still floating above the 55. It's just going to keep pulling this 20 up, and the 20 is just going to keep coming up like a magnet, and you're going to want it to cross over it. Even if you kind of correct back down and fall into this, it's really pulling it up right now, so that looks great. Let's go to the daily. So the good things about Bitcoin right now are this. The stochastic RSI on the 1 day is starting to flatten out. It's not super like meaty like this yet. If it was, Bitcoin would be ready to run, and it would run, okay? But it's getting there. Now, if Bitcoin does this, will during that time Bitcoin correct down to like 25, 26? Possible. We don't know right now. I don't know which way it's going to go, because if we pull the RSI, so what I will say is we've got a slight bearish divergence. Price still sloping up, holding sideways, but still making higher highs, just still sloping up, okay, while the RSI, as you can see here, during the same amount of time just through here, is still continuing down. Now, breaking through that trend line would be nice, and also the stock RSI kind of reversing would be nice, and we could get a pump into that 30,000 to 33,000 range. Then roll, because the weekly stock RSI is already overheated, like explained earlier in this video. Don't know if that's going to happen or if we're going to start to correct now. Now I need the VRVP, so let's go back. Now, if there is some sort of correction coming soon, it's plausible to believe that Bitcoin could roll towards 25,000, 24,500. You have some support here. You have where it printed this massive flag here, a lot of support and consolidation before shooting up. It's definitely possible to revisit that area. It could even go lower. I would say what really is going to matter, and I've posted this on Twitter if you follow me on Twitter, what really matters is as long as you're creating higher lows. So here's your lows, here's the higher low, and as long as you come down and you stay above that, you're good. I mean, this wick goes as low as on the daily. This wick goes as low as 19,500 right there. It'd be kind of flirting with danger going back down to 19,500, but anywhere, even 21,000, 22,000 in there will be another higher low, and that's when you could really lift off, and that next run could take you well into the 30,000. So we're kind of just waiting on that. We don't know what is going to happen. We have some good signs, and we have some bad signs. We have the weekly stochastic RSI overheating at the top, but we have the daily bottoming out, and we have a bearish divergence on Bitcoin, but we could break it. We also have the DXY. Minimal. We're not seeing much strength from the DXY at all. Let's go to the daily. We're not seeing much strength from the DXY, but we did get the stochastic 1 day to, like I said, this is just way stretched out, and you almost always know it's going to start to move up. We just don't know to what extent it's going to move up with the stochastic RSI, but looking pretty weak. The trend line is nearby. If it just stays weak and kind of taps the trend line and then I mean, that'd be perfect. And that would be when the stochastic was overheating, and that would really help crypto. One other thing we'll look at the moon phases, and then we will shut this video down. The moon phases, we haven't looked at the moon phases in a long time, but it's pretty wild here. So since the bottom range in the 16,000s, almost every impulse has been during a full moon. And we've seen this pattern before many times. We've covered it even years ago on the videos, but as you can see, after the full moon hits, it's this time frame of gray, and you have a pump here, comes back down. Okay, but look at all these other ones here. Full moon, pump, sideways. Full moon, pump, down. Full moon, pump, sideways. Okay, we just got another full moon, so we'll see if that pattern continues to play out. I've shown you some bearish, I've shown you some bullish. Long term, we have many months, guys. I believe if this all happens and this all plays out, we're going to make an enormous amount of money. You just have to continue to be patient, which sucks because the crypto market makes you, it forces you to be extremely patient for long periods of time. But as long as this data plays out and these charts play out and what I think is going to happen plays out, we're going to see the all-time high in Bitcoin this year. We're going to see the FOMO. We're going to see all the news stories come out. I don't care about the news stories usually. I care about fundamentals, TA, and data. Okay, I don't care about all these news stories. Bitcoin will start to run, and then every news story will be positive, and all the negative news stories will be nothing burgers because Bitcoin's so strong and powerful, and it's the money. It's the value of money, and all these different arguments are going to come out in favor of Bitcoin, and all those news stories are going to become irrelevant. And so as long as we're patient here, Bitcoin will run, money will flow out of Bitcoin, it will flow into alts, and it'll be crazy for a while there. And we will come out way ahead, and I hope you've accumulated over the last few months when you could. That's going to be it for this video, guys. I'm going to try to release some altcoin videos coming out soon and continue to cover those. Hopefully today, tomorrow, I really need to start covering more altcoins for you and get this channel really cranking up because it's going to be a wild season. We're also looking at doing a live broadcast when Bitcoin breaks 30,000. We're going to set up with Matthew Hyland. He's got, I don't know, 100-some thousand followers. We're going to try to set up a live stream with Matthew Hyland. And we're going to go live when Bitcoin breaks 30,000. It's going to be a great show, so hope to see you there. And that's it for this one, and we will see you in the next video. See ya.